What up, everybody? What up, everybody? What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Everybody, let's talk about it. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Power Book 2 Ghost Season 1, Episode 4 or 5. It'll be right in the description. All right, y'all, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Like, when I looked at Power, I'm not looking to Power to give me compelling writing. I'm not. I'm looking at Power to see people get shot. I'm looking at Power to see people sell dope. And I'm looking at Power to see people live lavish lifestyles that, you know, maybe one day I will live. Father God, okay? So, it's giving a little bit more this week. It gave me a little bit more. Okay, we got a little bit of inner workings of the drug dealing. We got some things setting up, but I feel like they spending a lot of episodes setting things up. I need them to do something other than set something up. Okay, but this week it wasn't as boring as last week. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So, and I didn't take like super detailed notes, so we just kind of go through what happened, you know, lightly. We ain't gonna delve too deep into the details, because when I get too deep into the details, that's when I start finding problems with the story, and y'all know how I feel about Power, so let's not even do that. So, make a long story short, Tasha wants Tariq to get a gun because she has been, well, she knows that he's selling now. She contacts him on the phone and tells him that she want him to get a gun, and he like, I'm not trying to get no gun, mama. I mean, damn, it's already hard enough for me to get in and out of the building already. Damn, like, you trying to put me in jail? Like, why is Tasha so stupid? And why is Tasha telling her son to do these stupid things? I don't understand. I'm not saying he don't need to protect himself, but it's just like, girl, like, you in prison on a cell phone telling your son to get a gun. Like, you don't see the problem, sis? Like, I'ma need... Girl. Tariq goes to meet up with Stern, and he finds out that he's not meeting with Stern. He's actually meeting with Bash, Stern's new husband. Now, am I mistaken? See, here's the problem. Now, on a previous season, Stern had several wives. Now, I do know that one time he had invited somebody to the freaky party, right? And he was, you know, messing around with some dudes. So maybe he had some proclivities or whatever. But they made it clear to us that he basically had several wives, okay? So now all of a sudden he's not only married, he married to a man, to a very young man, Bash, who is clearly like straight out of Gossip Girl, bitch. Okay, so like they took him from the CW, they just plucked his ass straight up out of Gossip Girl. He makes the deal with this guy as a coder, so he wants to build an app where he can sell dope. So pretty much this guy figures out that it's something illegal going on because they need to make all their payments and things through cash, and he's like, because Monet has already told him, deal with me in cash, be on time. She gave him the rundown. So he's like, okay, I can do it, but, you know, I need 15% of the business. And Tariq is like, nah, you ain't going to be able to get no 15%. You got to give you 5%. You know, we can work it out, and don't even worry about Stern. And he was like, Stern who? Nigga, who said Stern? Who? How? We see Monet and Kane. They tell CTG they ain't messing with them no more. They was doing too much. They about to cut them off or whatever. So, and it is what it is. So they get upset, and as they're leaving, one of the guys called Monet a puta. Y'all know what that means. So she's upset, and Kane is upset, and so she's like, say it in my face. He couldn't even get the poop. He said poop, and Kane knocked all the taste out of his mouth. You hear me? All the taste, just right out of his mouth. Knocked him right on into next week. You hear me? So Kane went to go beat his ass. He beat him up real bad. And after they was leaving, he was like, Monet was like, man, you beat the brakes off of him. He was like, man, that's what you wanted me to do, right? So we see how they got a like a mother-son. He got to have her approval type relationship. He trying to win her approval. So we see how this gonna go. So we got Tariq and Braden. They setting up the business. So basically what's gonna happen is they have an app that they're gonna do tutoring on. They're gonna have actual people that can actually tutor people, and then they're gonna have them also selling dope. So if you want to get tutored, you're just gonna get the regular package. You pay for it, they'll come tutor you. Or you can get the premium package. That's how we know you want that dope. Okay, so they got certain type of things for certain type of, you know, drugs, and they got it all set up. It's anonymous. Nobody knows it's them or whatever. So the thing I'm worried about with Braden is that Braden is really excited about this. He don't need to do this. He got a lot of money. If he get caught, more than likely, he gonna give up Tariq. Why would I be loyal to him unless he proves himself to be loyal otherwise? So I don't see him being the Tommy to his ghost. You see what I'm saying? Because he got a lot of money. But unless he turned out to be solid. Now, if he turned out to be solid, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna, you know, go up for Braden. But I don't know. Braden look like he gonna crack pretty easy. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. One of the girls that's gonna be selling for them is light-skinned Keisha that played the loud ghetto girl in class last week. So she's gonna be one of them financial aid people that's gonna be selling for them. So he pays David some money. It's a whole stack of money, right? And so He's upset with Davis because Davis ran this whole trial. He ain't got time for this. What you wasting my money on? He says, what it was an experiment. An experiment showed us that your mama should never get on the damn stand because she going to jail, baby. Okay. He says the next thing they're gonna do is they're gonna expose Sachs. If they can expose Sachs, they can at the least get him thrown off the case, and at the worst at the most get everything thrown out. A lot of people I saw were saying that why didn't Tariq say he saw him at the club that night? Because Tariq was at the club that night and he's already said he wasn't at the club that night. So that means that he lied. His mama lying, he lying, and so that's just gonna blow back on him. He's not gonna be able to tell that he was at the club that night unless like some, you know how power is. They gonna rework this whole thing to make it okay for him to tell. Unless they make that situation happen, it's not gonna be okay for him to tell because he's gonna be exposing himself at that point. So I believe that's why he didn't say nothing. But it could be another reason. Y'all tell me if y'all think something different. When he left, Paul is like, where he get this money from? Okay, because we know something going on. Something ain't right, child. He out here getting his money, doing some shit he ain't got no business. And McLean is like, don't worry about that, baby. Okay, that's not our job to be concerned about where he get his money from. Okay, if he was involved in a criminal organization, he would be getting our money from a SLC, a shady LLC. So McLean and Sachs, they all have a meeting in the jury chambers the judge's chambers about Greg Knox, and he brings up all these different things that Sachs has done. So much stuff, y'all. They just ran down everything he had done. And so once she hears this, she's like, well, I want to hear some witnesses. Okay, so Mr. McLean, we need you to bring some witnesses in. Now, if I find out you're too close to this case, Sachs, you're gonna be in trouble. Kane and Diana and all them talking about how Monet has shut down CTG and GTG or whatever they are, and they're like, well, who gonna take his place? And Monet overhears them, and so she comes in, she's like, I might as well go ahead and tell you now. We about to be in business with Tariq St. Patrick. And Drew is like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, Kane is pissed off. Like, we're going to be working with this bougie nigga. And so she's like, Drew, what do you think? Like, she shuts Kane down, okay? Drew, what do you think? Well, I think he's smart. I think he know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll be okay. I mean, as far as I know, I think he cool. And so, Diana, what you think? She says, I think you need to find out how he doing his business, how he's selling the drugs at school. She don't even ask Kane what he thinks. She sends Drew to the school to find out what's going on and how he's making this money or how he's selling these drugs. Because Diana want to go, but she like, your ass don't need to go, okay? Because I know you want to go. Don't you worry about it. Since you out here calling your daddy on fake phones, give me your real phone. As a matter of fact, give me your other damn phone. So she gives her the other phone. I was like, damn, Monet is mean as hell. How old is Diana? Diana got to be 19 years old. Kane is upset at Monet because she didn't talk to him about this whole Tariq thing, and she basically tells him, well, he says, I thought we were on a team together, and she's
like, nigga, listen, we all on a team, but on a team, we have to all play our positions, okay? So I'm the quarterback, you the tight end, okay? I'm the quarterback, you the tight end. You beat up people, you be on the front line. You beat up people, that's what you do, okay? I make decisions. Your role is not to make no decisions, baby. So don't worry about what we doing, worry about yourself. Study your playbook, okay?
Drew shows up at the school. He tells them he has product for him. There was another plot hole that I thought was kind of strange, but I just kind of made sense of it. He brings him some product, and Brayden already, who is that? Is that the plug? Like, Brayden, shut up. You gonna get everybody in trouble with your stupid ass. Tariq know what's up when he get there, so they play it off, and he have to go to class with him, and we end up at art class with Drew and Tariq. Tariq gets put over at his, art area, and we see that a guy is looking for a partner because you have to find somebody new to partner with. And so Drew doesn't have a partner, and he doesn't have a partner, and we quickly, you know what? You know these vibes. I was like, oh, okay, I see what's about to go down or whatever. And so he kind of loses track of Tariq, and Tariq kind of slips out on him, but he does take a couple of pictures of Tariq that he's going to use a little bit later on. As Tariq is getting out of the class, we see that Paula, what's her name? Paula, I think that's the name. She gets to Tariq and is like, listen, I need to know how you paying him. I need to know how you doing this because we need to keep all our stuff legit. We need to be getting a wire transfer, or we need to be getting a money order. We cannot be taking cash from you anymore, please and thank you, okay? Then we see Sachs is at the office, and as he's going over what he's trying to do with this case or whatever, his niece is getting dropped off. Her name is Riley or something like that. And so she comes up there, and she's in trouble. She was trying to buy marijuana, and so he figures out that he can figure out how Tariq is paying McLean, okay? So he needs to figure this out. So he's gonna get her to help him figure out, which we know is illegal because Tariq is technically still 17 at this time. So this is illegal. And you shouldn't be doing it anyway because it's illegal to do it this backwards way. But we all know Sachs can't help but be low down. So Drew is finishing up the picture. He gives his Instagram to the dude. Like I said, Tariq slips out. So we're back at the hearing, and Rodriguez is answering questions again, and she talks about how he stole the phone out of Silver's car. He pocketed it. He tried to plant it at James St. Patrick's house later on, and then he coerced a minor. He put the bug in, little Lisa Marie backpack or whatever. And that was all illegal. And it looks pretty good for McLean. But then Sachs counters with, well, you co-signed it. Well, you was there. Well, I mean, you was going. I mean, you ain't had no problem with it. Well, we both wanted that warrant. So basically, they both was doing shady stuff. Okay, they both was doing shady stuff. So I don't know how Shax really got out of it, because he did do all this shady stuff. Now, I do know that because she didn't see him, take the phone. She didn't see him plant the phone. She didn't see him do it, that, she can't actually prove that he did it. But, I mean, the judge had enough reasonable doubt to throw him off the case, in my personal opinion. The judge says, although she don't agree with Blanca, 100%, she gonna send a letter to her supervisor. She would like to hear from Tate in regards to these allegations. So Tate is like, hell no, I ain't going up there to testify for no damn body. Y'all crazy as hell. And they like, listen, I is trying to get him to, basically saying that the Democrats, they don't care if he testify, I guess, either way. I mean, I don't get that. I didn't get that whole exchange when he was like, we don't care. So I guess they saying they don't care about him as far as the Democratic Party goes. I don't know. Y'all explain that to me, because I didn't really catch what that was meaning. But he's saying, I don't even want to testify. Like, I don't even want to testify. Y'all came over here to threaten me, child. I don't care. I'm not trying to testify or whatever. But they need him to lie, basically. Tariq gets a text about dinner somewhere. And so we see that Brayden calls him. He tells him that he needs some more product. He needs way more product. Like, the app is blowing up. And like I said, Brayden is real hype about this. So I'm a little bit worried about how that's going to go. Okay, so like I said, Paula already told him, give her a check or money order, baby. That's all she's going to be able to take from him. And so he tells her that he's stealing money from his grandma. That his grandma is the only one getting paid from James' estate. And so he didn't want to do it, but he had to steal the money. Y'all know how Tariq be giving them crocodile tears and them sad stories. And she started feeling bad for him. I'm like, child, bye. Stern's husband, Bash, calls him and says he congratulates him on the app and how well the app is doing. But, Tariq either needs some money or he's asking about getting his money. And so he says 15%. And he was like, 15%? That's not what we agreed on. He said, well, it sounds like you need me, fam. So do you need me? Oh, you did. What'd you say? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's going to be 15%. So now Tariq is getting into a little dicey situation now, okay? So we see that Drew goes back home, and he's in his room, and he gets the call from Monet. Or Drew goes back home with the guy. They about to get freaky with it, you know what I'm saying? And Monet called him, and he calls Diana, and Monet is home. So Monet is like, put him on speakerphone, because I know he doing she ain't got no business doing. So he tells her, can you please bring the product to Tariq, because I'm not with him or whatever. Can you do it for me? I promise I'll pay you back. She's like, whatever, cool, I'll do it for you. She tells Diana, bring their product over there and get your and get out. Okay, because I ain't playing with y'all today. So Diana goes over to see Tariq. She has the product, and he has to go to dinner with his professor, because remember, he's trying to get this scholarship fellowship they got going in at Stanfield, which allows you to graduate early from college. Okay, so Lauren is his competition, and earlier in the episode, when they make this competition announcement, she goes up to the professor, and that's the one who be sleeping with everybody. Okay, she goes up to him and is like, oh, can we have dinner? What would you like to see in a candidate? And so homegirl Carrie, she see him and she looking like, bitch, I see you, this is what you be doing or whatever. So he got excited till she said the dinner was at her parents' house, and he said, okay, well, maybe you should invite another student and invite Miss whatever her name is, Millstone or whatever, and trying to make it look like he's trying to be legit or whatever. So Tariq kind of invites himself. So he's talking about going there, but Diana say, hold up, wait a minute, you ain't about to go nowhere before you get some of this sugar. Basically, my mama ain't want me to come over here, and I'm about to show you why, and they go to kissing. So Drew comes back in the room, and he like, hold up, wait a minute, what y'all was doing? Okay, what's going on up in here, baby? Don't worry about what they was doing. Worry about what you just got finished doing, Drew. Worry about your own business. She take on a child at the hearing, just lying, child. Just telling lies, fallacies, and falsehoods. Getting up there talking about Tasha threatening him, and she feared for his life. And, if he didn't say what she wanted to say, she had already strung on him and given her property for her daycare. And, he was just, he didn't know what to do. And he didn't, he did not mean that James was a drug dealer. James was an upstanding citizen. That was just politics. It wasn't no big thing. And so he gets up to leave, and he's like, and McLean was like, you a lunatic, nigga. That shit was hilarious to me, okay? So then we see Monet asking Drew about Tariq, and he was like, listen, Tariq already knew what was up. when I got there, you know what I'm saying, like my cover was already blown or whatever. So I don't know what he's doing, but he's really good at it because they're making a lot of money. And she's like, okay, well, where's the money? She said, it's in the bag. So she goes to the bag, she checks in the bag, and lo and behold, there's the picture that he drew of this guy. So she figures, oh, you was with some guy. And she says, listen, I just want you to protect yourself. Basically, it was a speech to let you know, like, I know who you are. I accept who you are. That's fine with me. I just want you to know that everybody is not like our family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel bad for Drew because he probably don't want to be no drug dealer. Like, he don't look like the type to want to be a drug dealer. I mean, maybe he do, but he's not giving me drug dealer. He's giving me, I want to be an artist. And then, you know, on top of that, he's gay. So you got to be extra misogynistic and shit when you a drug dealer. You can't just be like a regular black man. You got to be extra misogynistic. You deal drugs. You know what I'm saying? You got to be out here killing, murdering people. And he ain't got the heart for it. You know, that's just not what that's not what he want to do. So it's a lot. I feel for him. He in a tough spot. And I kind of feel for Monet because I know that she loves her son. As mean the hell she is, Drew is probably the one she's the nicest to out the three of their ass. So she tells him just to be careful with yourself. So that's kind of giving him a motherly warning. Just be careful out here what you're doing. You know, don't just be with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Be careful. So we see Milgraves or whatever her name is, Carrie, and she gets to the party or whatever, to the dinner party, and homeboy is Tariq is late as usual. Everybody's there. He's getting there for dessert. Okay, so thank you for blessing us with your presence, Tariq. He on CP time. They have a little intellectual debate about CP time, and then they go back and forth. Okay, so the lady asks about the mama, Lauren mama. She asks about the prince, and so they go back and forth about the prince, and he gives his little opinion. You know, Tariq is very smart, so he spotted off something very smart about attacking your enemies head on. You know, Machiavelli wrote The Prince. If you haven't read it, read it. It's like the 48 Laws of Power. It's one of them type of books. You know, take your enemies down by any means necessary type of books or whatever. So he defends his case or whatever, and the lady's like, well, you know, you have a point. Professor Milgram, some kind of way McLean name get brought up, and Professor Carrie knows him. So it seems like she know him. Like they had a little something going on, okay? Because they talk about how he's a very good lawyer, and she says, well, you know, I just want to caution you because even though he might always win, you know, his clients don't always win or whatever. So, and then her and the old boy, Jabari, start taking shots at each other, right? He said something about the vigil she threw, like taking shots at her, and I was like, well, that's a shot. And then she said something, she took a shot at him. I'm like, y'all are really going for it today. Like, this is really happening, honey. Y'all are really taking these shots at each other. I mean, shots. Fired. I'm like, okay, all right, this is getting really heavy. So it kind of broke up, you know what I'm saying? All that, they broke that up. Lauren and Tariq get up and go into the other room. So they go in the other room and they talk about, you know, he's there because he was trying to scope out the competition for his scholarship, and they end up kissing. She like him. She kissing him, and all of a sudden somebody's at the door. Who is it? But Malcolm, her boyfriend that lives in Washington, D.C. I forgot to say that too when they announced it. You know, she was trying to get her, you know, Keisha turned around and was like, hey girl, don't your man live in D.C.?
And she was like, girl, it's Nay on the boyfriend, babe.
You tripping. So now Tariq knows she got a boyfriend. The boyfriend had showed up at the house, child, and to add insult to injury, he thought that Tariq was Jamal, somebody that she mentored from the YMCA, bitch. I said, the audacity, okay? And Tariq is rich, and he's talking to you like you poor. Don't do that. He comes with flowers for the mama, you know, the whole 9 yards. So Carol and Carrie and Reynolds, they go back to the office. Child, this is the weirdest shit. What kind of black love bull? Listen, I don't know what they trying to tell with this weird ass story between these two people, but this shit is weird and it ain't normal. Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, he pontificating on and on about black love, and you got to deal with your issues with yourself, and she talking about all the students he slept with, and he like, who? I mean, which one? You know, I slept with this and I slept with that one. I'm myself and I'm this and that. Like, I am confused. And he was calling her phone like a lot, but I'm like, you sleeping with the students, yet you calling this girl phone? Like, what is the tea? Are both of y'all addicted to sex? I am confusion. Okay, on this whole relationship, I feel weird watching it. I don't want to see it. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not into that shit at all, okay? I'm looking at them like, what is wrong with you, okay? What is this? No, this is not the tea. So they, you know, they go with their convoluted arguing, and then they get on there and she throw him on the bed, she rip his clothes. I'm like, this is gross and I don't like it. I don't want to see it no more. Y'all stop doing that, okay? Stop, Power. We don't want to know what's wrong with him. Okay? Can we find out more what's going on with sis? I don't like it. No, it's a no. We see Sax's niece. She at the party. She trying to get in the party. Okay, so you know she doing what she can. She said something to Tariq. Tariq, like, you have a dark energy, and he like immediately peep game is like, girl, get out my face, and he walk away. Okay, and so she talks to Brady, and I can see where we're gonna go with this. Is gonna be like a homegirl Holly storyline, where they're gonna get together and Brayden gonna be pillow talking. I mean, this is just really plain and obvious, okay? But whatever, y'all, we gonna go with it. So she end up talking to Brayden as and they have a lot of sweeping shots of Tariq standing on the top of the buildings looking at stuff like Ghost used to do all the time, right? So we got him doing the same thing. He tells one guy, hey, you know, I know the dude that's selling drugs. He tells on Brayden because he know Brayden gonna knock the dust off this boy or whatever. So the Brayden go ahead and beat this boy up, which also impresses Riley a little bit because he fighting and he's still trying to holler at or whatever. And so, you know, he beat the boy up and that's it. And then the other dude, Scott, he ended up getting suspended for beating up or for hitting a Weston. So we know that it you know, he got clout. You know what I'm saying? Brayden got clout, for real, for real. So Scott is gone. Now there's no more competition for them. At the party, Riley did take a snapshot, but Tariq even saw her taking a snapshot, I think. So I'm like, he already peeped game that she is not to be trusted. We see McLean and Paula getting it in, honey. I was like, okay, so we know this is more than a business relationship. I don't know why I didn't think it was. But when I tell you that Method Man had looked it good when he was...
Bomb chicka wow wow, bomb chicka wow wow. I said a bomb chicka, I said a bomb chicka.
Baby, when he hit that baby, that back and them legs, honey, arms, legs, backs, and breasts, baby. Let me tell you, he had it all, honey. He had everything, honey. He had calf muscles, he had buttocks. I mean, he was giving us, whew, he was giving it to me. I said, bitch, I'm out here, my lights falling, girl. My God, just a child, just fine. You hear me? Oh, he married. Okay, so him and Paula bumping and grinding. Paula like, go ahead, like, don't even tell me that you finna. I don't even want to hear all of that, boy. Just go ahead with all of that. And so he tells her that he needs somebody big to put up after Sax, after he put up Rodriguez, and they done went through all of this drama. And Tate done got up there and lied. They're gonna need somebody that he can't refute. Who can they put together? Okay, who can it be? Who can it be? Then we see they getting a payment from Tariq, and guess where it's coming from? A shady LLC. So maybe he is involved with a criminal operation that we don't know nothing about. That could possibly be true. Now, I don't know. Who knows? Okay, maybe. Yes. Probably. Yes. Then we see Tariq is going to class. Lauren apologizes for everything that happened. Tariq says, you know what, boom. You playing a game, baby. I know how it go. We young. We out here. We wild. We free. We doing our thing, baby. So, you know, you got options. It just is what it is, then it's okay. And he sees the text from Diana. He gets the text from Diana, and she sees the text over his shoulder, and she's like, who's Diana? He was like, I mean, I told you I got options, baby. What you thought this was? Baby, you thought you was gonna play me? It wasn't gonna happen, honey. Then we see Tasha doing push-ups. I said, y'all tried us, okay? Tasha ain't there by exercise. She wore more exercise clothes, but the bitch ain't exercised one day on this entire show, and now you got me thinking she doing push-ups. Tasha, girl, y'all tried us. So she did some push-ups. She get up and she get a text on her phone, and it's the pictures that old boy took of Tariq. They playing with her, you know, like they messing with Tariq. He did a good job today, and you know he gonna live another 24 hours. I'm like, y'all doing the most. Y'all know y'all not finna kill no Tariq no time soon. So I don't even know why we trying to go on with this storyline, baby. This is silly. That was the end of the episode, y'all. So like I said, it was a little less boring than it was last week. I enjoyed a lot. Oh, and we do see Sax. I forgot that part. So we do see Sax looking at a picture that his niece sent him, and he sees Tariq, you know what I'm saying? And he sees Tariq standing on the balcony, sitting high and looking low. You feel what I'm trying to say? So that was how the episode went off, and now, you know, he's going to be digging around and doing some shit, and he ain't got no business doing. So I really hope this is the end of Sax. Like, I love how, though, one thing I do like about Power is they kind of make us like Sax. Like, I don't like him, but I like him. He is funny guy to have around or whatever, but his character is like trash. Like, and he needs to go. I feel like they're going to kill him in a great way. And whenever he dies, that is going to be great. Because I feel like he ain't going to go to jail. I feel like, well, I don't know. For Sax, it might be better if they put him in jail and not killed him, because they call him Nancy. They kind of torment him about his failures and shit. So I think that it would be more horrible for him if he actually went to jail for the things that he's done, and the people that he was trying to put in jail never went to jail, than just killing him off the show. So I thought the episode was decent this week. It was better than it was last week for sure. Like I said, I'm ready for some things to happen. When is somebody gonna get shot? Okay? The best thing about this entire episode was Mary J. Blige's fur. I just want to say shout out to her fur, because it was everything. The fur was real nice. Okay? The fur. Oh, look at my shirt, y'all. I got my Brandy and Monica merch. So it says Brandy and Monica on the front. And on the back it says Monica and Brandy. So I bought this from the website, you know, when they dropped the merch, I bought it from the website. I don't know if they still have it. I bought it on their Instagram. I saw it. I went and bought it that day, and I just got it. So, like, y'all can check and see if you can still get it. It was like $50. And, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, it's a nice shirt. It's very soft, but it's kind of thin. For a $50 sweatshirt, I thought it would be a little bit thicker than this. But I'm not mad. Would I spend the $50 again? Absolutely, because this is a moment in time that should always be documented. You feel what I'm saying? So, that is the end of this episode. I'm sure I have put my Instagram tag somewhere in this video, so go ahead and follow me on Instagram and see what we're doing over there, guys. All right? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with all your friends, and I will holler at you next week. I will, because it's the mid-season finale. So I will holler at you next week, and I'm thinking about picking up another show. If you have a suggestion for me, please put that in the comments. I'm thinking about Fargo, because Chris Rock's going to be on there. My mom said Fargo is good. It's kind of strange, but it's a good show, so we'll see. You know, I'm looking around, I'm poking, so give me some suggestions if you have any, something that's new or fairly not too many episodes in, so we can catch up. All right, holla at you later.